What's going on, boys? Had some router difficulties, so I went and reset it. What's going on, Ravish? We are getting close to coming out of this channel. This is kind of what it does, though, before big breaks. It'll kind of just go sideways. It'll dip the channel, like... So, like, let's just look at the price action. Look at the global liquidity off, which, hey, look at it go. It's still going, as per the plan. So just remember, nothing has really changed in the thesis yet. Everything is really coming together. Just some fear. Like, you're going to let this stop you? You're going to let this scare you? The tariffs? The tariffs all of a sudden going to fucking crash the markets? Come on. Give me a break. It's just short-term fear. That's all it is. Because all of a sudden this will be the first time where they actually call the long-term trajectory there, the news in their ilk. Sounds like you live at my place. Yeah, I mean, in the afternoon, it gets crazy around here, man. It'll drop, like, even if I'm not streaming, the fucking shit will drop, like, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon, and 3:30, 4:30, which it just did. So I think I gotta switch to T-Bay-Tel, the local one. We were at Shaw for years. I think I'm gonna get out of that. I mean, might as well use T-Bay-Tel. I mean, fuck. It's right there. They got fiber. I'm done with this shit. Actually, let's go look. T-Bay-Tel. How much are we paying here a month? Yeah, I gotta pay that bill in a couple of days, but it's like 90, and that's a deal. Usually it's like $120 fucking dollars. It's like, I don't care about your TV. I don't care about being this bitch. Yeah, that's fine. She can go do that. I could care less about TV. If I have internet, I could make my own TV.
Your home deserves 100.
Okay. So, we get a lot of bandwidth, apparently. Up to 2.5 gigabyte down speed and 2.5 upload. Whoa. That's pretty good. Bundle and save. How about just the internet? How much does that go for? Yes, yes, you told me delivering the fastest, but oh, gotta do it that way, eh? Oh well, we'll do that another time. Well, we'll see if it'll come. I mean, it's like, let's talk about interest rates for a second. Here's Canada. We just lowered ours to 2.75, which it hasn't been there since over here. So we're lower than the range right now when it comes to Canadian interest rates on the 5 years. Or in the 10-year bonds anyways. But when you go to get a mortgage for a 10-year, it's still like 5.8. So it's still kind of expensive. I'd rather stability. When I look at a chart like this, yes, we're seeing consistently lower highs, which is good for the case of interest rates going lower. But I was thinking like, oh yeah, well, when we get that liquidity coming in, because that's basically, yeah, when we get that liquidity coming in, it's like, oh, if that's the case, then this looks like interest rates would rise, no? So, just something to think about. That's why I'm doing 10-year fixes. I know it's more, but if the tenants are paying it, who gives a shit? It's a write-off for you because it's a business. or investment or whatever. But in terms of safety, because you don't want to get caught flat-footed here 5 years down the road, you do a fixed term or even a variable closed, which means, yeah. But you're in for 5 years is what it means. So if you just want fixed expenses, peace of mind, and how I'm going to make my renewal much, much cheaper is I worked out is if I do bi-weekly accelerated and do $500 extra a month on a mortgage, I'm going to start off with my biggest one. And then when they get to, like, if I eventually get them to owing the same, then it's just, you know, just do it each like that. That way you keep bringing down the costs. And then when you go to renew, you'll only have about 6 years left on it. So that's how you pay a 25-year mortgage in 16 years. That's with 3 different buildings, though. Probably. It depends on the investment. Depends on how much cash flow. Depends on a variety of things. Oh, I don't think so. Like, this here, to me, is suggesting, like, okay, we bottomed. Unless there's some, like, there's just a lot of overlap here, so I'm skeptical. It's almost like it's this. And we're holding on that midline pretty good, too, in Canadian bonds. So I think the Bank of Canada did a little misstep, personally. So that's what I'm thinking. Or they're trying to justify it by not using the 10-year, instead using the 5-year, maybe. Maybe they're doing some little voodoo magic like that, but that's fine. How was the Canadian dollar during the last crypto market? Ooh, it's strengthened. Look at that. Oh, and that's what looks like is going to happen again, guys. Hey, that's something nobody talks about. Look at the correlation. Bottom of the Bitcoin market. Kind of similar like we're seeing right now. Huh. Wasn't that peachy? Huh. That is so interesting. Went down to $1.20, eh? Fuck. We're going to Vegas if that happens. In Jim we trust, he called the top, man. Right here. Or right here, I should say, in here somewhere. But he did. In Jim we trust. Oh. Yeah, this is when I was still employed. And then I quit. It's like, fuck you guys. Fuck them. They started moving goalposts on me. I don't know. Fuck that. See you later. See you later, bitch. So, the reason why there's so many lines here, one, this is liquidity. We don't need that on there right now. The rest are basically channeling. Where's that red one from? It's because it wasn't on log. So everything's set for on log. So the orange one is the neckline of the inverted head and shoulders. That's what we're looking at. It looks like we have the retest. Do we have to go down and test it again, or do we need to make a higher low, more so than what we've already done, such as this one? And then it looked like we tried again, but this is what I think is like supply grab, come down, and then, yeah, this is looking to get past this. You know, we just need to get a higher high here and we're good. We need to get past 85.5 would be nice. If we get past here, I'd say the turnaround, the bottom is about 95% in. There could be some bullshit where we try again and do, you know, a higher low type of situation, but the lows should be in if we break out of that channel. I would be fairly certain unless it has some more bottom testing to do. But let's go back to 2017. So we'll do the daily just for a little more daily accuracies. So 2017 was an interesting year. So maybe more of you are familiar with this run up. You know, it started basically October. Boom. And went till like April, like basically mid-April. It was election year. Yeah. Funny, Biden stole the presidency and then just went. It's crazy. Anyways, so note the time frame. October. And then we had the B wave or whatever you could say, expanded flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bunch of horse shit, eh? Anyhow. October till April, basically, that this run stayed. But most of it was over by, like, February. Like, that was, like, yeah. Done. Yeah. And then this is where the ending diagonals started. But yeah, most of it was done by February, but the alts were going off right here, and then we went down and boom, big alt boom in May. This is when Doge and the Dodge Father come out right here. So people in alts, this is kind of the rally you must be out of all alts on. You want to hold a little bit for this point, but you're going to be doing most of your selling when Bitcoin's doing shit like this. But now let's go to 2017 because I think we're going to have a ruckus ride like this eventually. So let's review. So this is March 2017, kind of like synonymous with what year we're in right now. We're in 2025. So in this one we see the bottom happen the 24th of March. So we're kind of close to that idea. And then we started going up. And then in April, there was like a little crash in April 15th. Take note of that. And then after that, we just went nuts. Right into June. Nice leg up. That's what confused me last time. Because we were much earlier, different cycle. But with the rule of alternation, and just the way things are panning out, and liquidity cycle and shit, it's just looking a lot more like, it could be 2017 seasonality this time. So we go to June and then we do a correction. This one lasted not too long, like July. I suspect ours would last many more months than this one. But nonetheless, this would be like whereabouts we are, and then we do finally 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blow off top bullshit. And come down. Yeah, what was it? It was come down here, and then this was, yeah, right here was the alt high. I remember this day. That was officially when I had unrealized gains of like $500,000, and I did it with $1,200. And it took me from over here. I wish I fucking sold it all, man. I should have. That's one of my biggest regrets till this day. But that's okay. I think in markets you have to win big and lose big in order to really truly learn the lessons of fear and greed. And have to be aware of those expensive mistakes and don't let them go to waste. That's my biggest thing. Don't let a good mistake go to waste, man. That is the biggest regret you'll ever have. If you let the mistake, something like that, happen to you. Very expensive mistakes, right? But all you can do is just formulate a new plan and go from there. And like after this one, I don't know if there's going to be any good crypto booms after. Maybe next time with the alts making its fifth wave, maybe. But I don't see Bitcoin next bull run doing too much more than the all-time high we're gonna see. It'll make like an expanded flat or something. Yeah, the next one, I think Bitcoin will take a sweep of the all-time highs, soak everybody in, and then just totally wreck everyone. It'll go down, and then it'll go back up, take another run, and the alts will like be really aggressive at that point. But I'm talking like 5 years down the line here. 4 or 5 years down the line. And then the Dirty 30s 2.0 will start. Because I think we're in the Roaring 20s 2.0. Looking at the market and everything, it's like, yeah, we could subdivide a bit more. All based on horse shit, but hey. I mean, guys, how does it feel to be living in not only a bubble, but a parabolic curve? Like, that's what we've been living in, like, a good majority of our lives. Isn't that a weird thought? Like, this would be like civilizations like 100, 200 years down the line be like, look at these fucking assholes. Look at them. Look at the education you're giving. Invest in the stocks. You know? And this is what I'm talking about right here. Let's just take away everything and go to 3 months. This is the stock market. This is the Dowie. And right here is 86, the year I was born. So, basically, since I was born, it began, since probably the majority of us in here, you've been living through this parabolic curve that is still ongoing. How trippy is that to think about? So, just my 2 cents on that. Zero time in the market. What's going on, bot? The House of Cards is about to collapse. I don't think we're gonna do that yet. But one day, yes, I totally agree. What everybody always gets wrong, including myself, is timing. This is why we practice these fucking stupid waves. So we're waiting for another correction about this size, because this is most likely a subdivision, right? Because usually blow-off tops, fifth of fifth are extended. So that's things to know. We also have a triangle here, but we're having an extension come out of it. So it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, look at this, eh? So this is like Trump's presidency. Boom, the market goes. And it literally went all the way and sold off all the way down to his inception. It had to come check price. Isn't that crazy? And that's why there's still room for Bitcoin to fuck around, eh? Like, it will go back down to 64 at some point. Probably 2026, 2027, that time frame. But when liquidity cycle turns. Because with tech dev, man, I think the fucking guy has it pat down. And we could judge it on with our global liquidity index here. And even that is showing wave patterns as a correction. A, 1, 2, 3, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal. We've been saying it this whole time, and now we're getting the price action in terms of global liquidity. Once we get past here, it's confirmed. Once it beats this mellow yellow high here, we're getting closer by the day. We've been talking about it for months now. since January. We were saying, okay, it's about the bottom because we were talking about it here. Looks like it's an ending diagonal. It needs one more, and then it did it, and now. So that's where waves come in handy. It's like global shit, you know, direction on the dailies, and you know, and the way it's kind of acting is, if this truly is a correction, which I'm thinking it is, because Bitcoin likes liquidity cycle when it turns up. It really does, you know. It does here as well. I mean, like, what more evidence do you need? It likes it when it goes up. So if this is indeed that pattern, we're going to get the confirmation here within the next month, and we should be off to the races then. That's what I'm thinking. No more than a sweep. No more than a sweep we're at risk at. Sweep to 73 maybe to check the levels, because we have yet to actually do that. Just keep note of that. So when people are shitting their pants, you can actually keep your frame of mind being like, all right, well, we haven't tested these levels here. You know, none of these. Here's the nipple here, which is a general area that it comes down and comes close sometimes to test. Doesn't have to, but a lot of times they'll do it. But in bullish markets, you'll get like a pullback down to here, and that's about it. And you're gone. And this looks so much bigger than this. That's why we had to upgrade it, because the timing, it just doesn't look right. You know, where 1, 2, 3, 4, this one correction and this correction together, they look like similar. They look similar, right? Like in terms of size and yeah, pretty much everything like that. And then this here is telling everybody it's a double top. We got the tariffs wrecking the market. So let's go take a look at the S&P and stuff. Because rarely will the crowd be right, and the crowd's saying sell everything. We had Jim Casey come in the other day and warn us, based on his word alone. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look great. Like, I'm not saying it does. It could be just rechecking. So I say give it a little more time to develop. I think we might get a pleasant surprise. Because a lot of people were just using this channel right here. But when you use the actual channeling, I would think this is the actual channeling. And who knows, this might even get upgraded to wave 2 here. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see what kind of price action we get after. Now, if we start spilling, I think we could even come down under 40 here just to come check this area. But really, we checked it here, so it's did the minimum coming down to here to check the price. So ABC, see if it turns into something more. But with liquidity going up, I'm a skeptic. You know, like even just little pumps of liquidity, look how much the market goes. So if we get a big jolt like this, what do you think will happen? Oh, the caddy. Yeah, did it go back up? I wasn't sure on that one. It was looking like pretty low, but like there was no new higher highs, eh? But yeah, that was interesting though. That was an interesting find today. The Canadian-US trade in terms of crypto. Is it there in 2017 as well? Not as pronounced. A little bit though. This is when Bitcoin did that big spike down, was like right here. Went up and then it started retracing when Bitcoin really started going. But then Bitcoin went up for a bit. So, but yeah, generally the rates will go down in a crypto bull. So that's interesting. Let's go entertain your catty here. Oh, fucking cat. That's that game, eh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is where I was looking out here. Yeah, I mean, it could be a good trade from here, I guess. Like a very short there. Like, but you're using huge positions, you. Like, yeah, the bot must be out of it by now, eh? I'll see how this closes in 2 hours or 3 hours.